और हाँ, ये चला do it again. What's going on, everybody? It's me again, your friendly neighborhood Asad Hashmali, with another episode of Behind the Grind Monologue. Today, we're going to talk about fitness. Fitness overall is a topic which is very dear to me. And if you've ever spoken to me, then you know that the idea of well being overall is something that is very close to me. I wanted to be a chef at one time. I was a fitness trainer for some time as well. And then I adopted some positive lifestyle changes, and fingers crossed in the future, I do want to do something bigger and grander around the idea of well-being, around physical well-being, around mental well-being. I've done some community work around mental well-being as well. So I think that this might be useful and helpful for everybody who's watching or listening. Now, back in when I was around 19, 20 years old, I got done with my A levels and I was working side by side while I was in university. And prior to that, I got dengue. Now, the reason I'm sharing this is because it got me to drop an immense amount of weight, and I got completely like ingrained in this work routine and studying routine that I wasn't really taking care of my body. I wasn't able to take care of my food or about exercising at all. During school, I'd mostly work out during the summers, which didn't make much sense in retrospect, but it was always short-lived. And I thought that at that point, that I should make this a positive lifestyle change. I realized was that working out is something that I need to do at least 3 to 4 times a week. It's something that I need to ingrain into my routine. There cannot be any compromise around that now. And that stemmed also from this weird place where somehow I was diagnosed with depression. Now, for all those who've been through it and for all those going through it, some symptoms along the lines of are along the lines of lethargy, and basically lethargy was the first sign of me being depressed. So I went to a doctor, got some checks, got some tests done. Didn't go to a therapist in any way, but medicinally I was diagnosed as being depressed. And then I decided that I got to start working out. So from that point on till today, for the past 6 years, I make an effort to work out at least 3 times a week or 4 times a week if I can. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about how you can make some of these, how you can incorporate physical well-being into your own routine, but also just a little bit about my journey. Now, at that age of 20, I decided to find a program that I would really enjoy. There wasn't an opportunity to play as many sports as I'd like to at that point, but I did find that I liked this thing called athletic training, right? I like the idea of flipping tires around, doing monkey bar kind of exercises, and like squatting when you can, and using kettlebells and stuff. So I found this good mix of a routine, which I brought into my day-to-day life, right? Slowly and steadily, I decided to also fix my diet up, started increasing my protein intake, reduce my carbs or control my carbs a little bit, try to eat the greens, try to eat the fruits and vegetables, which I don't really eat even now, but I know that I have to start doing that. So that's one thing. Awareness is key. But the goal was never to really look good in the long term. Like that goal of looking good was very short lived, because the first sign of me working out for a month actively was that I started feeling fresher. I started feeling sharper. I started feeling stronger. So where the first month of me going to the gym was to start like bulking up again and to start like falling into like, proportions, that goal quickly went away. So from aesthetics to physical strength to athleticism to gaining size to now overall well-being is how my goals have changed. And even now, thanks to the lockdown, actually, one of the good things that happened because of the lockdown was that I stopped going to the gym and I was working out at home, or and I was cycling. I was one of those, classic Karachi boys and girls going out to sea view for a bike ride whenever they could. And I did that. And that got me to increase my mobility, that got me to increase my athleticism, and that also like ended up fixing many of the injuries that I went through. Now, the reason I bring up those injuries is also because I took my fitness journey as a trial and error journey as well, and I think that's something that everyone should do. Don't think of yourself as having to go to the gym because you need to have bigger biceps or because you got to get that ass out. Go to the gym because you know that it's going to help your overall well-being. Now, and you also have to, because of that, because of your overall well-being, you have to recognize what is it that you really enjoy. I enjoy going to the gym. I enjoy picking up weights and throwing them around. I enjoy, like, breaking a sweat because of a sport like basketball as well. I also enjoy playing squash. I used to love rowing. And I found these different activities that I could just incorporate into my life, into my schedule, and make it sustainable. Now I really enjoy cycling. So I try to do that once a week. I have started to enjoy running, and I'll do that once a week as well. So I know is that I need to find this balance, something that's sustainable. Now, the goal shifting also is something that you have to recognize. If you set yourself a goal of what you want to achieve, what you want to accomplish physically, don't attach that to somebody else's achievements. Attach that to your own ability or strength to do something. There was a time where I was able to deadlift like around 300 pounds, 315 pounds. Now I don't think I can deadlift that much, but that's the number that I was working towards. All these dudes on YouTube who I'd follow and learn from, they were like deadlifting 500-600 pounds like on any given day. But I didn't want to be like that. I knew I couldn't be like that. But so I set myself a benchmark is that first I got to hit 100 pounds, then I got to hit 200 pounds, and then I try to hit 300 pounds. And then I actually went into CrossFit, where I hurt myself a lot. I busted my back a lot. And then I realized was that, okay, you have to actually space it out. You have to listen to your body. And that's something that, allowed me, that's something I learned along the ways of me picking up on fitness and so on. Now, the reason why I'm sharing all of this with you is because there's basically a few key factors of why I work out still, and what you need to be, what you should also like be aware of as well. Number one is that it made me stronger. For me, that's what really matters. I don't want my back to blow out while I'm running or while I'm picking something up. I have to help people out at home as well, so I want to be active for that. Number two is that it made me sharper. I was sharper in the sense that I was able to be more attentive to the situations around me, to my school at that time, and now also to the work that I do. I'm able to focus more. I'm able to focus for longer as well, right? And the third factor is that it just allowed me to feel more energetic. I have this sense of energy. I have this energy now when I wake up in the morning, and then also when I sleep. Is that I feel like, okay, now because I've managed to fit in some kind of physical exercise in my routine, I can sleep well. And then the next morning, I'm fully charged. I'm able to go out and achieve whatever I want to achieve for that day. But overall, what you need to keep in mind is that you have to work out for your mental peace, for your mental well-being. That is still the primary goal, which is why I work out. As I said, I started working out because I was diagnosed with depression. And I continue to do that because I don't want to fall into that cycle again, and also because it makes me feel better. Not just about myself, but then also about my perception of the world as well, about the perception of things around me too. It helps me focus, it helps me be one with myself. In some old episode, I mentioned that you have to find time for yourself. You have to find time to do the things that you enjoy. And this is one of the things that I really do enjoy. I really do enjoy setting out aside 30 to 40 minutes every other day or every day just to like put my music on, or work out with some friends and forget about whatever's happening, because at that time slot, that's my time. That's the time that I've allowed myself to break free from the routine, to stretch my legs, to open up my muscles, to open up my bones, and develop myself. Because it's also a physical sign of where you stand, right? There's this video by Kevin Hart. He was sponsored by Nike. He's the first non-athlete to have an athletic shoe, right, by Nike. And in that video, he said that before he started working out, he saw himself in like one of his videos, and he's like, "Oh shit, people pay me. People pay to come see me at one of my shows, and I look like crap." And he got inspired. He motivated himself because he's like, if people are paying to see me, then he better look the part. He better look the best he can because he's putting up a show for them. Kevin Hart is a comedian, by the way, if you don't get why I'm saying that people pay him to come up to something. But in my case, I take that in the sense that, eventually people are going to want to spend time with me for what I have to say. People are going to want to learn from me. And I better be at the best mental space that I can for when they come, because they are, and even you right now, right? Like, you are paying me with your time. If you've made it this far into the video, then thank you very much, because it shows that I need to make sure that every video I come out with makes sense. It's relatable to you. It's adding value to your life. It doesn't seem like it's a waste of 20, 30 minutes or 40 minutes if it's a long podcast, or if it's 10 minutes if it's a monologue. I know is that I have to do justice to this role, which is why I have to be at the best mental state that I can. And how do I get that best mental state that I can be at is by being in the best physical state that I am in. These are my reasons for working out. This is what I would also recommend you do: is you do work out, is that you do stay active, is that you do stay healthy, and also set aside, get away from the screens for a bit. That's one of the best reasons why you could do this for yourself. Times are still rough. We're still in a pandemic. We're in the third wave. Fingers crossed, times like these improve. Fingers crossed, everyone stays safe and healthy. But at the end of the day, if you're finding a way, if you're finding a reason or something to do for yourself, give this a shot. Doesn't mean you have to pick up weights, but you can definitely try to become a little more healthier, you know? So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Till the next one. Bye-bye. Hi everybody, if you are watching this, thank you very much. I'm trying to come up with a list of courses that I could potentially make online and give to you guys. So if you have any suggestions of what you'd like to learn from me, about what you think I could create, then let me know. Drop me a message or just comment on wherever you're seeing this. I'd really appreciate that. Thank you.